Why does everybody try to fuck us? I've got some more updates for you, and I don't think they're good. I'm building a healthy underwear brand to protect your balls. Welcome to day 17 of building Happy Johnsons. So here's the scoop. Our product designer that we hired to create our tech packs and help us figure out the perfect materials, the cut, all those things that we wanted to make the product that we want, a completely custom product, has now been done. He's built the tech pack so we could send it to a manufacturer and they could use those drawings to make a completely custom product. That was stage one in working with him. We then extended that relationship to get help from him in sourcing a specific manufacturer. So picking the right one, getting our samples created, getting our first run created, all of the things. And so since we're funding this all out of pocket, budget really matters here. And so we expressed that to him. And so we stressed from the very beginning that it was super important to us to be as educated as possible. We wanted to be in his hip pocket with every conversation he was having. We wanted to learn all the lingo, all the things that people care about. We wanted to know this space as much as possible because we don't right now. And he does. And so I was willing to pay for that if he was going to educate us along the way. And he had said completely that he would, but he hasn't. He's been billing us for hours, and I haven't been included on a single email, a WhatsApp thread, a text thread, really nothing. We've been completely in the dark. And so finally we put our foot down and said, hey man, what's going on here? We haven't been included, we haven't been educated, and you keep billing us. So because of that, he sent us a report of everything that he's done to this point, and as well as the design choices he made for the underwear, all that stuff that Kaveen and I reviewed.
I'm not sure why he doesn't like send any screenshots or anything at least. Or at least like get on a call and be like, hey guys, I talked to a few suppliers. You guys want to like get on a call?
I don't like to assume negative on people, but I always put myself in their situation and also think about, have I communicated well enough to get what I actually want from this? And in this situation, we 1000% communicated enough. We literally said, we want to be as involved as possible. And then we bug him again saying, why haven't we been included on any of the emails? I specifically said, can you CC me on any communication? And he then said, oh, this is mostly conducted via text and WhatsApp. I'm like, brother, I have both. Include me in whatever you need. So that's why I'm kind of getting skeptical now as to like, he's trying to bleed us dry. And also the biggest red flag for me that you may not even have caught was the fact that he said, don't worry, it's gonna stay under your budget. That is literally speak for your milking us. Because if you know for sure it's gonna stay under the budget, that means you're going to finish it way before you've quoted us and you're gonna milk it until you've used up that many hours to get that much money.
Yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, I think it's also a better idea to be just at least a little bit skeptical because, you know, you don't want to be like naive and get taken against you. So
okay, I do love the fact that he finally gave us specifics in terms of the mentality of each design choice. That's great because we need to be able to communicate all this stuff. And then also, we literally said very clearly the region we wanted to manufacture in, and he's still getting quotes from outside of that region. So that makes me think he's got some connections over there and he's doing this from self-interest, because if we explicitly said we want to stay here unless there's like massive cost savings, there's got to be a reason for him to want to continue down that path.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he added Portugal to the list.
When we literally said every time, Turkey, Turkey, Turkey.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless he has some like huge cost savings on Portugal, I'm not sure if it's reasonable for him.
It doesn't make any sense, truthfully.
I mean, at least he provided the specific manufacturer names. We couldn't reach out to them on our own.
That's one thing I was worried about too, because luckily, like we talked about before, we have people on the ground in Turkey, which is the primary reason why we want to manufacture in Turkey 110%, because not only do our contacts just like live in Turkey, they also know the textile business a little bit and they speak the language. So we should absolutely be sticking with Turkey. I think that's something that we made very clear to him. And even he was like, that's a big deal. But then now he's trying to like move backwards and be like, maybe you shouldn't. It's giving off warning signs and red flags.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, maybe he forgot. But like, I still like think that he should like write that down on like bold letters, underline and everything. Only choose Turkey.
All of that. And then also I literally said from the beginning, once we agreed to this extension of the contract, that he would be involving us from everything. Cause I want to learn as much as possible. I want you to include me on everything. Cause I want to know the language you're speaking, like not literally, but like the words that are being used, what things matter, what things they care about. I want to learn all of it. The fact that he's gatekeeping so much is incredibly worrisome, because he literally said as soon as he was trying to close the deal, he's like, oh yeah, of course, no problem. Of course, no problem. And it's now been weeks and I've not seen a fucking single email.
That's a little fishy.
It's incredibly fishy. As things have gone, it seems like we're getting less and less value from this relationship. And it's kind of ridiculous that he's not shown us these things. So I say what we should probably do is book a quick call with him tomorrow or this week. I'll reply back to this email now that we skimmed through this. There's nothing really too crazy in these emails. But I'll reply back saying, let's talk. And then I think we try to squeeze and prepare for that as much as possible with all the questions that we would have. And then also say, send us the proof that you've done this work in the first place. Because technically, if he didn't do these things that he says he's doing with the dates where he's saying he's doing it, then he's robbing us. And I have no problem. I'll say on the call, man, hey, I asked for you to be included and I've seen literally nothing. So of course I'm going to think you're ripping us off. What would you think?
No, I would think that he's ripping us off. One thing I thought that was funny is like after you told him stop billing us for hours and after a few like emails back, you're like, why did you bill us for 2 more hours? What?
I'm very direct with this stuff, but like he did. And so then he said, oh, that was billed for a week ago. But it's like, if I was doing this kind of hourly work, I would be sending a breakdown. And this is, I guess, he was giving us this before and then it stopped. But he should be giving us a breakdown of the specific things that he's doing and how long he sees these things taking. Like the communication here has been absolutely abysmal. And so I think we need to now take notice of this. You and I should look through the emails in our own time now right after this, and then figure out any sort of questions that we have. Let's go back and forth on Slack. And then let's have a quick call with him. Let's try to keep it under an hour so that we don't get billed for fucking 4. And then from there, I say we should probably cut him off, because what value is he really providing that we couldn't get? But here's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I think his unique value has now gone and the risk is now gone way up, because if he's got deals with these manufacturers where he's getting a piece of the pie across the whole way, which I'm now thinking he definitely is, even though I asked him before, he said no, I now think he's gotta be. So then now the risk is way higher and the marginal value of uniqueness, like the marginal unique value, is almost non-existent anymore. Like we know the things to ask now. And also the other thing I thought about too was that a good manufacturer's job is to educate us along the way, because they want our business.
Yep. No, exactly. I don't know why he didn't ask us for a call earlier. Only after we confronted him, he was like, you guys want to join a call now? You guys want to go join a call tomorrow?
Because he was running the clock.
Yeah, that's why I always never liked like the hourly rate.
I hate that
You
shit.
can easily scam someone with an address.
It took this much time.
$2
Yes. So I'm saying right now, I'm saying I'd love to jump on a call this week. The conversations you've been having.
To ask him to send screenshots, we need those screenshots.
Yeah.
To actually
Suppliers.
what's or not.
So the irony is, like, if he has any problems with these requests, it's a near guarantee he's ripping you off.
Fingers crossed he's not ripping us off and something happened and he had to add more hours. But hopefully he's not ripping us off, because I think he is a good person to work, like, apart from this, but like he was knowledgeable at the start.
Yes.
And I hope he just like gives us more knowledge along the way during the manufacturing process.
100%. And I literally even said to him, I was like, I'm sure a lot of this is because it's more work for you to involve us because we are so new to this industry. But that was the whole point I paid you and the whole point I asked for this. Like, that's literally the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think you were like fine if you added like a few more hours, as long as we were like educated as well.
Yes, 1000%. And I think that every call that we've had with him, it's been very obvious that we've communicated that incredibly clearly. I'll just back, let's have a call with him, and then you and I will debrief after that call.
Awesome. Can't wait to see what he comes up with. What
We'll see.
excuses he comes up with.
We'll see. Hopefully
he's not. Hopefully he's not going to come up with excuses.
Hopefully we're the dicks for assuming he's the dick. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
I would love that, because I honestly really liked him. Like, I liked him at the beginning. I think he's provided us some value. So fingers crossed, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
So this isn't good. All signs are pointing to the fact that he's probably taking advantage of us because we don't know the space too well. I really liked him, and hopefully I'm completely wrong in this assumption. I hope to come back to you a few days from now saying we were completely in the wrong and he was completely in the right. But it doesn't really feel like that. So what we've done is we've scheduled a call with him tomorrow to discuss everything and to see if we should drop him here or continue working with him. So I'll let you know how that goes. But if he's not going to educate us along the way, which is the whole reason we were working with him, we're just bleeding money for ultimately nothing. Because at this point in the game, we have the drawings that a manufacturer needs, so they can take that and they can make the product. And so his unique value has gone down, especially if he's not educating us. So we're probably going to have to take over and communicate with manufacturers ourselves. I was hoping to just give this to him to have less things to worry about, but people try to take advantage of you. So we're likely gonna have to take this over and communicate with manufacturers ourselves to negotiate with them and all that good stuff. But a good manufacturer, their job is to educate you along the way so that you're successful, because the more successful that you are, the more successful they become, because they can create more. And they can also say they make your product, so they benefit from your success. So we're probably gonna have to take over. It sucks because I did really want to give this to an expert and have one less thing to worry about. But unfortunately, it seems like he might be taking advantage of us a little bit. And we don't have the budget, especially after mistakes that have been made to this point, to really make any more mistakes. And so we have to get creative in terms of figuring this out on our own. Kenny and I can take over. And like we mentioned, we also do have some connections in Turkey. So my girlfriend is actually from Turkey, and so her family still lives there, which gives us a massive advantage to communicate directly with manufacturers. And in case you didn't know, Turkey is some of the best manufacturers in the world when it comes to organic garments. So like cotton, all those good things, very healthy fabrics. They really know what they're doing, and so we want to work in that region of the world. So that's the update. I'll let you know tomorrow how the call goes with the product designer and let you know how we're tackling this. Because once again, we have to pivot. But we'll figure it out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.